Okay. So, do you mind telling me just your first name? Mine's Danny. What's your first name?
My name's Sashi.
Sashi. Thank you so much for agreeing to talk to me. So, I noticed there's a policeman further back, and then there's about, I suppose, 10 officers here. I don't know what you estimate the average hourly rate of paying these guys is in total, but it's probably several £100s. So, what I'd like to know is, for that money, my money, taxpayers' money, what exactly are we getting, and why are you doing this?
Right, we're doing an operation at the moment to try and identify motorists who may not have insurance to drive their vehicles,
Yes.
or who may be disqualified,
Right.
and trying to remove that danger from the roads.
Right. So what you're saying is it's all about removing danger from the roads. That's what you're saying. Do you think it might be also do something to do with even the very title of your job, which is police officer, related to the word policy? Some people would say that the police are slowly turning into a force of people trying to extract lots of money from people. I know that's a very harsh criticism, and I'm not saying, of course, it's not the total of what you do. But for example, these people running along here, this is costing you a lot of money. You're suggesting it's to do with danger. Others would say it's actually to do with revenue. What would you say to that?
I've got no comment to make on other people's opinions.
Right. But it's not yours. You don't agree with that.
I've got no comment to make on other people's opinions.
No, but I'm asking you, is your opinion that this is anything to do with revenue collection?
My opinion is to get dangerous motorists or motorists who cause a danger to other people on the roads off the roads.
Right.
And that goes to
Do you think motorists that don't have insurance are more dangerous than those that do?
Yes.
Why? Why are they more dangerous?
If they haven't got insurance, there could
Yes.
be a number of reasons for not having insurance.
Well, there could be. For example, maybe they're really struggling with money. That could be an example. Would that make them more dangerous?
If a motorist doesn't have insurance, there's a number of reasons.
Okay.
And the reason, if we stop a motorist today and identify those reasons, if they are struggling with money and they can't afford insurance, then that's up to the courts to decide.
No, I understand that, but we're talking about danger here, and I'm questioning the idea that people without insurance are any more dangerous drivers than people with.
Well, I think it's a matter of accountability. If you are run over by a motorist who hasn't got insurance,
Yes.
who do you hold accountable at that stage?
Yes, of course, that's one of the hundreds of thousands of problems in daily modern life, yes? But the chances, of course, of getting run over and killed by someone with or without insurance are minute compared to all sorts of other threats to our health, like, for example, even the food that the major corporations advertise and give us to eat. It's far more likely to kill us than having someone kill us by a motor accident and they have no insurance. I just don't see the connection between danger. You're talking about money now, because if somebody hits you and they haven't got insurance, then you're going to be wanting to claim some money. So again, it comes back to money. It doesn't come back to any danger. I've no knowledge that any statisticians would say that someone who doesn't have insurance is more dangerous.
Right. Well, that's your opinion, which I feel.
But you think they are more dangerous?
I do, yes.
Right. Okay. I was told by another officer today that actually the main purpose that he was told for this operation is to identify stolen vehicles.
Yes.
Yes, is that true?
It's part of the reason.
Okay. Could you tell me on average, have you done any of these operations before?
Yes, we have. Yes.
If you could tell me on average the number per hour that you actually find that are stolen.
I don't have the statistics.
How many? Okay. How long have you been here today?
We've been here for approximately 2 hours.
And how many stolen vehicles have you found?
I'm not obliged to give you those details.
You're not obliged to, but it'd be great if you could just tell me roughly.
No, I'm not going to give you those details.
Can I guess that it's none yet?
I'm not going to give you those details.
Right. Okay.
I admire your persistence, but I'm not going to give you those details.
Okay. Why wouldn't you give me those details? I don't understand. What difference does it make?
Because I don't know who you filmed here so far.
Yes.
And it'd be unfair for me to release details.
I haven't filmed anybody. The person that did it was the guy at the end, and I haven't asked him. Yeah, okay, so if I filmed so far, go on, yeah. So what? Go on. So he said it was, if I filmed, so let's say you say that it's 2 vehicles, or no vehicles, or 7 vehicles. Right. Why would that be a problem to reveal that information? Bearing in mind, I'm representing the taxpayer, yeah?
Yes.
And I'm questioning you here. By the way, just once again, your your demeanour is so wonderful to come across, because I interview a lot of police officers, and a lot of the time I feel very intimidated by them, and I feel no intimidation by you, and you've been extremely obliging with everything you've said, and I want to thank you for that. That's to me very important. But I don't understand why.
I don't want to reveal to you what we're doing with vehicles at the moment, because if I were to say to you, for example, we've stopped X amount of cars and X amount of cars have been stolen, then I don't know what you have filmed so far, and you might put two and two together and say the officers have stopped a certain young lady or a certain young person, that car was stolen. Once the operation is finished, once we collate all the information, you're more than welcome to come to our base, which is just
fair enough.
Up the road. And we can go through exactly what we've done.
Okay, but just from memory, it's very simple. From memory, when you've been out for half a day, let's say, just from memory, roughly, my accusation, you know what I'm saying, my accusation is that something is going on that even maybe you're not aware of. That, you know, there's something going on here with stopping people and picking on certain types of people and getting revenue into the courts, and it's made to look to you by your bosses as if it's this noble cause of making the road safer, right? But I'm saying it's not doing that. It's to do with revenue, and I'm also questioning that if you say it's for stolen cars. I've already done a film like this before with another team, and they hadn't found one stolen car, and they'd been there for hours.
Right, I can't comment on other operations.
But could you tell me, like on the last one, you must remember roughly how many stolen cars you found. Then it wouldn't be a danger.
We have had results where we have found stolen vehicles and taken them off the road.
Right. But I'm asking you on the last one, roughly how many stolen vehicles were found?
We have had results where we have had stolen vehicles.
Right, so that's at least one, sometime.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have had results.
Okay.
It's not what I feel. It's not a fruitless exercise where we've stopped people and we've had no results on.
No, I'm sure you've had results, and I'm sure it's not fruitless because you get all these people, usually on the lowest end of the economic bracket, and haul them into the courts. Sometimes because, for example, maybe their direct debit didn't go through, or something like that.
I wished you were here a little earlier.
Yes.
Because we've had some quite upmarket cars. We've had some BMWs.
But the same thing can apply to them. The same can apply to them. They could have had a direct debit not go through. And do you know what the courts do with that?
I don't know. No.
You don't? Well, maybe it's important for you to know because you're sending them to the courts. I'll tell you very briefly what the courts do with that.
On individual cases.
Okay, no, but never mind individual cases. It's a category in law. If you're caught without insurance, I can't remember what the words are because I'm not a lawyer, but there's a category in law that basically if the insurance company or the phone company went wrong or something like that, it doesn't make a blindest bit of difference. They will still have to pay a hefty fine.
Well, that's something really for the courts to decide. I mean,
well, yes and no. It's also you are part and parcel of stopping these people.
We're part of the machine. The whole machine.
Great word. Great word.
We're part of the whole machine, the mechanisms of delivering people who have caused, are fall foul of the law.
Right.
Then in individual circumstances, it's up to the courts what penalty.
No, I get that. I get that.
Imposing people.
Yeah.
We don't really have that much influence, especially in traffic matters with regards to courts. We present the case to court, and then it's really up to the magistrates what penalty or sanctions they impose.
Great. Can I ask you one other important question? In the last few years, I've started doing some research in a very unusual viewpoint about the law, which basically starts at first principles. Going back in history, looking at how the law ended up like it is, and claiming that what we've got today is actually what they call admiralty law, which is the law of the seas. In other words, this is my very limited understanding of it. But I was wondering whether you've come across this. I'll explain to you in a moment. In other words, that the Acts of Parliament are actually statutes. I don't know if you know the difference. Do you know the difference
statute
between
law and common law?
What's the difference between statute law and common law in your understanding?
Well, my understanding is common law law has evolved through time.
Yes.
And what people would generally sense as a wrongdoing.
Yes.
So murder.
Yes.
Is common law.
Exactly.
It's evolved through time, and obviously that is wrongdoing.
Yes.
Now, statute law is law that's evolved through our court systems.
Yes. Hold on a second. Statute law is actually, in my understanding, and again my understanding is limited, is a misnomer. A statute is not a law. Did you know that?
Right, okay.
Do you know what a statute is?
I'm not a lawyer.
No, I know, but you're a policeman and you do.
My limited
it's very
knowledge
important
of the law as being a sergeant.
Yes.
Statute law is mostly generated by the court system.
No, statute is not law. You say statute law. A statute is a rule. It's a rule.
Okay.
If you look
if you
at
have further knowledge about this, then I stand corrected by you.
Okay. So statute is a rule given the force of law,
right,
through the consent of the governed. So it's a rule of society, not a law. Given the force of law, through the consent of the society, the governed do it through the consent of the society. So
if you have researched that, then I stand corrected.
Okay, great. Thank you. But I'm just wondering if you've ever come across this in your work, people who started to uncover this and seem to be revealing some very unusual goings-on in the legal system.
No, this is the first time that you've pointed it out to me. I'm sure that there's lots of case studies, lots of opinions bouncing about it, but no, this is the first time that. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for being so wonderful. I don't know what else to say. Thank you.